In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a document in OnShape and then a part file. And then I'm going to show you just kind of the workflow that you would use to make a part. The first thing that we're going to do is look at the part and see. For this, I'm going to use a 1/4 inch for every grid spacing. And so if I wanted to, I could make some notes and calculate or at least count out the heights and widths of all these parts. We're going to kind of work through it as we're making the part in OnShape. From this main menu that shows up whenever you are opening OnShape, in the upper left-hand corner is the Create button, and you have a few different options. And I'm going to create a new document for this. And it's always a good idea to name your document. I'm going to call this tutorial. Okay. And on the screen, you can see some different planes in the graphics window right here. We can see a toolbar. Right now, it's the features toolbar. And then over here is the part studio right here. And we can see, we'll be able to see the different sketches and features that we create over on the left-hand side. And the first step to create a part is to start with a two-dimensional sketch. So I'm going to click the sketch button up here, and then I'm going to select one of these planes. And it doesn't matter for our purposes right now which one you pick. Later on, it might in a different class. So I'm going to select this front view, and then you can see I have another plane that shows up that shows where my sketch actually is. Whenever we're working two-dimensional, it is easiest if you are looking straight on. And so I'm going to go to the view cube and click on the square that will show me the flat view of that. Up here along the top, you can see the toolbar changed. We're in sketch mode, which means these are all two-dimensional tools. And if I look at this part, and I'm looking at this front view, I can kind of see how it is a little bit of a rectangle with some parts cut out of it. And so what I will do is start with a rectangle. So I'm going to use my rectangle tool. And a good habit to get into is to actually select the origin, that middle point, before you go on and have that be our first click of the first drawing tool. What that does is it locks the part into place, and so it doesn't move around on us. So I'm going to click there. I can then move my mouse. I'm not holding it. I'm not dragging it. I am just clicking on the mouse and moving it. And then I'm just going to estimate the size. It doesn't matter at this point what size we have yet. Okay. And so now I've made this rectangle right here. I can actually make this sketch a little more complicated. And so I can see that there's kind of another rectangle cut out of it right here. So maybe that's 3 tall by 4, 8, 9 wide. And so I can see that this part is actually 3 inches wide because it's 12 squares wide, and it is 7 squares tall, which is 1 inch and 3/4. And so what I can do is estimate and just try to make that size. So there's that one cutout that I had, and then I can also make this other cutout. And you can notice whenever I click, there was this yellow square that popped up. That just locks those two things into place and locks them so that they're together. The next step is to take our dimension tool, and that's this one right here. You'll notice in parentheses, it actually has the letter D as well. And that's how you get a start on your document.